Nammo good morning. This is our daily practice check-in for April 8th, 2020. Listen, listen, listen. This beautiful sound calls us back to our true home. On this Wednesday morning, we recite the third wonderful precept. Aware of the suffering caused by sexual misconduct, I vow to cultivate responsibility and learn ways to protect the safety and integrity of individuals, couples, families, and society. I am determined not to engage in sexual relations without love and a long-term commitment. To preserve the happiness of myself and others, I am determined to respect my commitments and the commitments of others. I will do everything in my power to protect children from sexual abuse and to prevent couples and families from being broken by sexual misconduct. Continue our reading from Ajahn Sucitto's Kamma and the End of Kamma. Insight and not self. All this good Kamma is based on mind cultivation, and the skill of calming and stilling the mind through meditation is another form of good or bright mental Kamma. Broadly speaking, there are two main meditation themes for stabilizing the mind: that of firming up attention, and that of bringing well-being into the heart. These focus on good, gladdening effects to both bring immediate well-being to the mind and to switch off the really destructive programs of resentment, depression, anxiety, and the rest. So we become a good self with a mind that is calm and open. That makes it possible to investigate how self happens, how becoming can be relinquished altogether. This is the cultivation of insight. These two aspects of mental cultivation, developing a good self and becoming liberated from the self-notion, go together. When we can develop a good self, we can investigate the basis of that and realize that it is based upon states which are dependent on good programs such as kindness, resolve, or concentration. They're not inherently yours or anyone's. This is the view of insight. Causes and conditions give rise to fortunate and unfortunate effects. Moreover, the fortunate ones arise more readily and constantly if the mind isn't preoccupied with affirming or denying a self who has or doesn't have them. That view of self as success or as failure adds a bias that the mind gets stuck in, and when it's stuck, it feels stressful, and so lays down the conditions for restlessness, uncertainty, craving, despondency, and so on. But self-view has to be handled, to be penetrated and revealed as a series of stress-producing programs. Trying to get rid of a self involves intention, and even an attitude of indifference generates effects. Any nihilistic approach carries the seed of dark Kamma, wanting to not be anything, vibhava, still operates from the premise that one is something in the first place, and it entails the intention to annihilate. All that makes us less confident and warm-hearted in our actions and relationships. Instead, the process of awakening has to shift the emphasis from that of self-construction to one of supporting and appreciating balance in the mind. We need to feel that inner stability in the present to be able to let go of the assumptions and biases of the past, and the becoming drive that strives for or is anxious about the future. And it is through that letting go of becoming that a still point, where old Kamma ceases to affect the mind, is found. May all beings be well. May all beings be happy. May all beings be peaceful. Sadhu. 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 Thank you for joining me again this day.